What is up, everybody? It is Blind Metal Gamer here with you once again, and it is now time for another video game accessibility discussion video. And in this video, we're going to discuss Fatal Frame City of the Wolves and the potential accessibility the game has for players who are blind or are visually impaired. Now, with this, we don't know what the game accessibility features are yet. We don't know what they have not. SNK has not revealed any of their features for this game yet, so we don't know even if it will be accessible for blind and low vision folks. But what I want to do in this live video here is to discuss what could potentially be the first SNK game that is blind and visually impaired playable, not just accessible, but playable by blind and low vision players. Now, I'm gonna make a lot of points to Mortal Kombat 1 because they did great on accessibility and what could be done for SNK. So I'm going to start this discussion by talking about one thing that I feel Fatal Frame City of the Wolves needs to have at launch. I'm talking full blown screen reader support. And the way it should work is you fire up the game. When you launch it and you're setting it up, you should get a screen reader thing saying, do you want to enable the in-game screen reader? And it wouldn't just be displayed on the screen, it would be spoken to the player. And they could enable the in-game screen reader if needed. And this screen reader would read everything. I'm talking text, moves, menus, character selection, stage selection, all of that. That way, a blind and low vision player, or a blind or low vision player, can navigate menus effectively and play and navigate through the game and learn the moves and how to perform them. Now, another thing that would make Fatal Frame City of the Wolves accessible for blind and low vision players if they implement this is audio indicators. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is the player can turn on indicators that would tell them how far or close they are to the opponent. One good example of this is Mortal Kombat 1. You turn on this feature in MK1 and you turn it up to 100%, you'll get click, 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 and it will increase or decrease in volume and speed as you get closer or further to your opponent, to or from your opponent. Another accessibility feature would be if audio indicators for punches, blocks, kicks, parries, things like that. Um, I know Mortal Kombat 1 has audio indicators for if you're ducking, if you're being hit, and stuff like that. So there's that as well. Hey, Love Doobie, what's up, man? This is not about that. This is about Fatal Frame City of the Wolves, bud. So keep that in mind. Okay. So okay. We have screen reader support tackled. We have audio indicators for things such as how far or close you are to your opponent, being hit, etc. Another thing I would like to discuss is audio description. Now, with audio description, this would be good for in-game cutscenes, for if the game has a story mode, or super moves. It could describe the super moves to the player. Again, another example of this done very well is Mortal Kombat 1. It would, so what I'm thinking for Fatal Frame City of the Wolves is you can have descriptive audio for your story mode cutscenes and super moves. All three levels. That way the player knows what's going on screen at all times. Now, another thing that would make this game accessible for blind and low vision players. Let's say You have in the super moves little button mashing mini games. Have little audio cues for that as well. That would be like for if let's say you have to mash the buttons to get things, to increase or decrease your damage, like in Mortal Kombat. You would just mash the buttons and you would hear bing, 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 or whatever, and it would do what it needs to do. Another thing that Fatal Frame City of the Wolves could benefit from as far as accessibility for blind and low vision players is easy move inputs. I know this is going to seem a bit odd for all you folks who are wondering, oh my god, what the hell? What's this guy talking about? Easy move inputs such as easy specials, easy combos, easy supers would be good because let's say this blind person or low vision person wants just to get in there and just casually mess around with it, they would have that option. So that's another thing. As far as um, let's say I've covered audio indicators, screen reader, descriptive audio, easy button inputs. Um, I've discussed all of those. Now I want to move on to text, color, and background opacity. Now this is going to benefit colorblind players a great deal. Let's say you start the game up and the game's default background is white with black text, and it's very, very hard to read. By going in and switching the background opacity to solid black and the text to whatever color you want, that would help with color blindness because you can customize that to your needs. Now, as far as text size, I wanted to put text size in here. There should be sliders to increase the text size as well to make it very, very big. That way, the text is readable by those who need to read large print. And again, combine that with the color customization for text, the background opacity, that is going to help with not only colorblind players, but players who have a hard time reading the text if it is small. Now, there should also be a font option for plain font and multiple fonts. That way, again, if the player has a hard time reading the default font, he or she can adjust that font as they see fit to meet their needs in terms of that form of accessibility. Just like with the screen reader being an option and the easy button inputs and descriptive audio being an option. Now, as far as the Fatal Fury gameplay, I believe it's a 2D fighter. It's a 2D fighter just like Mortal Kombat, so that wouldn't be very hard. But another thing I would like to suggest as far as accessibility, and I'm talking about this in only speculative manner, so take that for what you will. But one thing that would be really, really good that Mortal Kombat I don't think has is the option for easy combos. Now I said easy button inputs, but that was for special moves. I'm talking simplified combos. Like let's say you walk up to your enemy and you hit square. Just keep repeating square, it'll do a combo. Or triangle, it'll do a combo. Tekken 8 has this. And Tekken 8's simplified controls are great. That's what I use to play the game, and it is amazing. Now, one thing, if they did implement this, they need to do in order to do it right is go and make it not only for offline play, but for online play as well. I know that one thing that really, really bugs me is they will go and make these control adjustments, right? I know WWE 2K is notorious for this. You can go in and make your controller adjustments, right? But then when you go online, it reverts back to default. For this to work for accessibility purposes for SNK's Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, you need it to be for online and offline use. That would make it accessible for everybody. Now, next up, I'm going to discuss something that I feel Again, I've discussed, the descriptive audio, full screen reader, not just partial, but it would need to be full. The screen reader would need to be full to read everything. I've discussed, let's see, screen reader, descriptive audio, button inputs, easy combos, text size, text color, background opacity. I think I may have covered everything here. So this stream, I think, was only meant to be a short stream to kind of discuss what could be. The game will come out on April, I believe, 25th of this year. You can pre-order now on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So we will see what's up then when the game drops. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a great day, is staying warm and safe, and has a great weekend. I might be back tonight at 6 to discuss Sniper Elite Resistance and Speedball accessibility, so you might want to tune in for that. So until then, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying so long, everyone, and peace out.